It's been a while since I've done one of these, but I'm back with another IronGear comparison video. This time I'm doing something a little bit different though. This time I'm going to be comparing a set of IronGear Hot Slag high output humbuckers with a set of Alchemist 90s, humbucker size P90s. Let's get right to it. Hi, I'm Alexis, welcome to Alexis Guitars, a channel all about guitar gear reviews, demos, comparisons and DIY mods and projects. Last year I compared a few IronGear pickups but only ever bridge humbuckers. Now that's mostly because that's pretty much all I had, but it's also because I didn't have a suitable guitar that was routed for a neck humbucker. But those of you that watch my channel know that I built this guitar from scratch earlier this year, and I fixed this guitar up here over there, so I now have a couple guitars where I can now demo some neck pickups. So my initial plan for this video was to do one of my standard A-B comparisons, and that is what I'm going to be doing here. But it became apparent while I was filming the sound test and also just jamming on both sets of pickups that they're so different from each other that just doing a comparison, A-B playing the same thing through the same amp settings, doesn't quite give you a full picture of what either pickup can offer. I'll explain a little bit more at the end of this video, but basically what I'm thinking is that this video here is going to be part 1, and in part 2, I'm going to be doing some free playing, so rather than playing the same thing on both sets of pickups, I'll just be letting the pickups themselves and the sounds I get out of it inspire what I play, so that I can let the pickups shine at what they do best. So make sure you've subscribed if you haven't already so you don't miss that next video, and while we're on the subject here, if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favour, hit that thumbs up button, and drop me a comment below which pickup sets you prefer and why. So I'm going to be doing 3 sound tests, clean tone, crunch, and higher gain, and I'm going to be giving you my overall thoughts at the end. So I'm going to be using the same guitar, going into the same amp, using the same amp and pedal settings when I use pedals for both sets of pickups. And I'm using a fresh set of Hardy Benton strings for each set of pickups too. So the sounds you're going to be hearing is the guitar going into the orange Terra stamp, that's going into the 2 notes cab M simulating an orange 2x12 cab with vintage 30s, that's going into my interface, into my laptop, no post EQ, and that's what you're hearing. Now the only pedal I'm going to be using is this Tube Screamer, and that's only for the high gain sound test. I'm going to show you my amp and pedal settings before each sound test too. I should also point out that I bought all these pickups myself, paying full asking price. This is not a sponsored video in any way. Okay, on to the sound test. Well, that sound test was a lot of fun to do. Let me know in the comments below which pickups you preferred, at which settings and why. I've got to say, I absolutely love the Alchemist 90s. I only installed them on my guitar for the sound test, and before that I've only played P90s a handful of times. I've always liked them, but I've never had P90s in one of my own guitars, so I've never had the chance to really sit down and just soak in all the tones and really get a good feel for the pickups. Since installing these on this guitar here, I haven't put it down. I absolutely love playing this guitar with these P90s in them. They have the jankiness of a standard single coil and a lot more body to the tone. And what's also great is that they maintain great clarity as the gain increases. That extra body I mentioned really shines in a bridge position because you get crystal clear cleans, but you also get enough beef in the tone for hard rock riffs. In pretty much all of the sound tests from clean to high gain, for lead work I prefer the P90s. There was a lot more dynamics, it was just juicier, I don't know, I absolutely loved it. I'm also really impressed by the Hot Slag humbuckers. Now before I go into my review of those, I just want to point out this is not a video about are humbuckers better or worse than P90s. They're so different. This video is about highlighting the differences in tone at the same amp settings so you can get a better idea for what kind of tonal qualities each one might offer you, and hopefully it can help you make a decision about which one might be best for your guitar. Anyway, I think the Hot Slag humbucker set really shone in the higher gain sound test. That bridge pickup is perfect for punchy, aggressive sounding hard rock riffs. And they also clean up nicely for lower gain or cleans, and that's whether you're just using the volume knob on your guitar with a high gain setting, or whether from the amp you've got a crunch tone or even a clean tone. Now I should point out that I do often struggle with neck humbuckers. I do tend to find them a bit too boomy sometimes, at least for ones I've tried. A bit too boomy, a bit too much low end, which sometimes leads to it sounding muddy or just not clear enough, not enough articulation. Now I did initially get that with the Hot Slag neck pickup, but what I did to balance it out, which worked quite well, was I lowered the height of the pickup lower than I normally would have it, and I raised the pole pieces, and that seemed to balance it out quite nicely. But for lead playing, the neck pickup sounded great. I really liked that neck humbucker, that full, thick sound. For playing solo stuff, I just thought that sounded really good. Overall, I think I do prefer the P90 in the neck position, just for that extra clarity. I do tend to prefer single coils in the neck position anyway though. One thing that sounded great and really stood out to me with the Hot Slag set was playing both pickups together, that middle position. I'm really enjoying the middle position between two humbuckers lately. The middle position on the P90s I really love for lead work, but when it came to rhythm stuff, I thought that the humbuckers just sounded great. So those are my overall thoughts, and like I said at the beginning, I'm planning on doing a part 2 to this video where I do some free playing so I can really help highlight what each of the pickups have to offer, because I think that both pickups offer a lot more than a limited or a restricted A-B comparison can offer. I'll leave my thoughts about that for part 2. For now, that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, that you found it helpful. That's all from me. Till next time.